Welcome back, everyone. As you can see from our previous episode, my appearance has changed quite a bit. I've been spending a lot of time at the trades market, making a lot of fun deals with other players, and my wardrobe is becoming quite extensive. So I'm pretty proud of this unique appearance that I have. This outfit that I have on is way different from the one that I had on the previous episode. I'm basically just taking a page out of Fantasia's book and playing around with some new fashion and unique styles. So, hence this interesting outfit I have on today. But as always, let's begin our episode with the hatching of a brand new pet. Right now we have a reef seedling. I don't think I've ever seen this before, so let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this before. A gloomy marine imp. Oh, okay. These pets are like incredible. The colors are just amazing and I love them. I love them so much. So I'm want to choose between maybe Sea Dangle, which is a Ooblets reference, and hydration. I think we'll pick hydration for now, for the habitat for this little guy. Oh my goodness. I just like these little wings that just kind of look like pieces of a coral reef. Like, that's so creative. Oh my gosh. You all will have to let me know in the comments below if you have any name suggestions for this one. All right, as promised in our previous episode, today we'll be venturing to the Threes Forest for the very first time. This is my first time I've used a town hop. I'm very excited. And here we are. Oh my gosh. Are you all ready? I don't even know if I'm ready. Okay, we're talking to Trout the Sprout. Here we go. You arrive at the entrance to Threes Forest, marked by a large ornate sign with dark metal furnishings. In the distance, the forest quickly goes from pleasantly forested to dark and densely overgrown. As you approach the sign to enter the forest, you trip over something. Hey, watch where you're going. You almost trampled me. Oh my gosh. Look, you've gone and stepped all over my turnips, you oaf. It took ages to get those planted. Oh, what am I going to do now? Those are the last I had. Oh no. We're gonna apologize profusely because I have some extra turnips if Trout needs some turnips. Well, at least you were polite about knocking me over. I know I'm short and easy to miss. I'm Trout, by the way. I live here on the edge of the forest and grow turnips. Wait, does everyone who lives at the entrance to each new world grow turnips? Just asking. Or, well, I used to grow turnips. Lately, the forest has been changing and my turnips won't grow. I'm going to perish since they're my only food source. They're where I get my life energy from. I'm a sprout, you see. There's something horribly wrong going on in the forest, but I can't leave my fields to go check it out. The seedling turnips require almost constant supervision now, otherwise they won't grow. But now you've gone and trampled my seedlings. Before I tell you what I know about the current state of the forest, could you please help me? I need to get some turnips to replace my seedlings, but I'm too frail and slow to make the journey. Could you get me a few turnips? You've got longer legs and a quicker stride. I'm sure you'll find the way. Agree to help, it's the least you can do. Pat his head a little and assure him you'll be right back, or make an impatient noise but agree. We've got to be as nice as humanly possible, you guys. We basically just ran this person over and destroyed their livelihood, so... Thank you. I'll be here, anxiously waiting. Don't worry about me, though. Being anxious is my specialty. Oh my gosh, we're cut from the same cloth. Obtain 3 plump turnips from Louise Hill or by playing the minigames. Return to Trout once you have them. I think I might already have them. Hey! That was quick. Thank you for replacing my seedlings. It's been nearly impossible to grow anything since the forest started getting darker and darker. It's like there's some sort of malevolent force taking over the area. The air has become rank and the water gone sour with rot. Even the plants of the forest have changed. There are all sorts of horrible mushrooms and thorns that are choking out the native trees and ferns. The flowers are strange too. The meadow in the forest used to be nice, but it feels sinister now. Everything is trying to outgrow everything else, and it feels like the forest is almost at war with itself. Not even the animals stick around for long. It's all very concerning, and it's ruining my crops. I wanted to move out to Louise Hill, but I just can't leave. This has been my home for my entire 5 seasons, and it's my duty to bring more sprouts into the world. I wish there was something to be done about the invading plants, though. You are brave and more powerful than I am, aren't you? You're one of those traveler types. How about you go into the forest and pluck out some of the thorns, mushrooms, and flowers to thin out their numbers? That would definitely help. That definitely won't help, but you inquire further anyways. Not enthusiastically, or you wonder if it would help. I'm gonna wonder if it would help, because I don't really know anything about the Threes Forest so far, so best be a little bit cautious perhaps? Oh, I'm so glad you decided to help. All you have to do is play the Threes Forest cleanup 2 times. Okay. Alright, we've got to play it 2 times. I'll see you all back here very shortly once we've played the game. Be right back. Alright, we are back. We've played 2 rounds of Threes Forest cleanup. So we're back with trout. Well, there doesn't seem to be much of a difference, but you did try. You're pretty good at running these kinds of errands, aren't you? Well, now that you've helped out, I guess you can use my shop. I stock all sorts of knickknacks here. I made them myself, you know. I'll also give you a bit of advice. How about you go talk to Erin? They're a really nice friend to the sprouts and sprites of the forest, and I'm sure they can point you in the right direction if you're wanting to explore a bit. Here, take this with you so Erin knows you're a friend. You receive the item seedling. Okay. Oh, thank you. Just watch out while you're there, you hear? There's something mysterious going on in that forest. You've unlocked Trout's Chance Machine Shop and the Fairy Tale Meadow. All right. Ooh, Barclay. Okay. So, Trout's Chance Machine. Let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. I have seen some of these items around, and this little spark that's on my head now, I think might be a different color version. Oh no, actually, maybe not. It does look a little bit different. Oh wait, yeah. Trout's Blue Spark. That's the same, right? I think it is. I think it is. Alright, well this is great. Glad to have finally unlocked this, and it's not super expensive, so that's nice. Let's continue to the Fairy Tale Meadow and talk to Barclay. As you wander through the forest looking for Erin, you stumble upon an open meadow. There seems to be someone there. No, that isn't right either. If you would just hold still. Let's clear our throat. I don't want to disturb them. Oh. They sit up, startled, dropping a tiny rabbit, half wearing a lacy cape. The rabbit races off into the forest, dragging the cape along behind it. Now look what you've done. It took me days to make that cape just right. Uh-oh. My condolences. Just who are you anyway? I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember someone who looked like you. Yeah, with my ridiculous getup right now. Oh boy. Oh, I bet Gloom sent you to ruin my plans. Or was it myself? Well, whichever it was, you tell them to stop bothering me or I'll have to do something mean. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you decide to just nod to be safe and continue on your way. You've unlocked the Glow Shroom Enclave. Okay. Okay. What is the Glow Shroom Enclave? Oh, it's where my cell lives. Let's go meet my cell. As you continue along your search for Erin, you find yourself lost in a dense part of the forest covered in glowing mushrooms. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you notice a figure tending to a patch of these mysterious glowing fungi. Oh my, what a beautiful illusion you are. Wait, those eyes, are you real? Of course I'm real. I see, how did you get past my enchantments? Most intruders are easily ensnared by glowshroom glamour. except other magic users. Are you a world hopper? Or another witch come to steal my secrets? Yes, I think I'm a world hopper. But that's exactly what you would say if you were after my secrets. Well, okay, they're not wrong. Well, you won't get a single peep of my experiment. Take those treacherous eyes away from here. Go steal from Gloom or Barclay instead. You still haven't the slightest idea of what she's talking about, but you figure it'd be best to leave instead of staying to ask. You've unlocked the Veil of Vines. Okay. Oh, you get to go meet Gloom. All right. After wandering through the forest for some time, the mushrooms gradually disappear, seemingly swallowed up by tangles of poisonous-looking vines. You carefully continue on, wondering if you'll ever find this Erin character that Trout told you about. Until you come upon a clearing where the vines seem to have given way to the presence of a mysterious tent. No one seems to be around, but you can't shake the feeling of impending danger. You nearly jump out of your shoes when a voice speaks from just beyond the curtained door of the tent. You're surprisingly unafraid for someone who's wandered into my home uninvited. You know who I am, don't you? You must be Gloom. If you know, it makes even less sense why you'd marched in so brazenly. Someone so clueless could have only been sent by one of them, too scared to face me themselves, I'm sure. One of who? You don't need to play any dumber than you already are. Tell Mycel and Barclay that such interruptions will not be tolerated. Now make yourself scarce. I'm not interested in hearing anything you have to say. She shuts her door in your face before you even have a chance to reply. You best keep moving. Erin has to be around here somewhere. You've unlocked the inner forest. Okay. Finally gonna meet Erin? After what feels like an eternity of wandering through the forest without the slightest idea of where you're going, you come upon a glade that seems rather peaceful. You notice yet another figure in the distance who is quietly observing the tiny fluttering lights among the trees. You decide to approach them, wondering if you finally stumbled upon Erin. Just what do you think you're doing here? You're scaring off all the sprites. Don't you know this forest is dangerous? You'd better make yourself scarce and fast. As they try to shoo you away from the glade, you recall Trout mentioned something about Erin being a friend of the sprites. If the fluttering lights in the glade are sprites, this must be Erin. You will need the seedling that Trout gave you to convince Erin that you are a friend of the forest. Alright, let's show Erin our seedling. Okay. Oh, that charm? You got it from Trout, didn't you? Sorry, lately there have been a lot of strangers causing trouble in the forest, and we have enough trouble already with those selfish witches. But if you help Trout, you must be on our side. I protect the sprites and the sprouts that live here. Travelers used to treat us with respect, but once the witches began quarreling, travelers started ignoring the forest customs. They stomp around and gawk, and some of them even harm the sprites, like that no-good Magdalene. She traps them in her lanterns, then sells them for her own selfish gain. Once a sprite leaves the forest, it can never come back. They're trapped for the rest of their lives, enslaved to the whims of their owners. I keep trying to make her stop, but she won't listen. You should help me scare her away. We have to find her first, though. You check over that way. If you find her, meet me back here. Okay. Erin storms off into the forest. You sense that how you decide to handle the situation will decide something important. Okay. Oh boy. The forest is dark and foreboding, but after a time you see a light floating in the gloom. Come now, don't be afraid. Come into my lantern, little one. Stop her. Goodness. Oh, you gave me a fright. Looks like you scared away the sprite, too. I don't often meet other travelers this deep in the forest, just unruly sprouts and malignant witches. I'm Magdalene. Do you need a lantern? These woods are rather eerie without a light. I make them out of things I find in the forest. With a little sprite magic, they last for quite some time. Oh no. Let's confront her about the sprites. You've met Erin, haven't you? Please believe me. I promise I'm not harming the sprites. You see, sprites only seem to live for a few cycles in the wild these days. It seems like the forest has begun to drain them of their magic to sustain itself. With the witches using up more magic than ever, they're dying off at an alarming rate. But my lanterns keep their magic bottled up, so they live much, much longer, and they get to see the world outside the forest. It's true that I trapped some of the sprites. They wouldn't listen to me at first, especially with Erin around, but now many sprites come to me directly. But aren't they imprisoned until they die? Well, it's true that they can't leave the lantern, so it isn't a perfect solution. But wouldn't you rather see the world with a friend than die before you've truly lived without a choice in the matter? You recall Erin's indignation over Magdalen's activities. Considering everything that you've now heard, you get the feeling that your choices here will impact your relationships with these two individuals. With all of your honor, you decide to... Oh no. Why does it make me choose? Is suggest a compromise a way that I can be friends with both of them? Oh man. I think we're gonna have to suggest a compromise. I hope that's right. I've dealt with Erin and their friends too many times. They're just too stubborn to listen. Though, if you'd really like to help the sprites, I could always use a hand in drawing them to my lanterns. They're just so frightened by everything that's going on lately. Oh no! Oh, I don't want to choose. You guys, this is a tough decision. I think I'm gonna have to help Magdalen. Because she's kind of right, like... I would rather see the world than live for a short time in like a scary place and not get to ever see outside of that. So I'm gonna help Magdalen. You mean you'll really help me? Thank you. I need all the help I can get, what with Erin always sabotaging my traps. Sprites love turnips, but they're so hard to obtain around here, with the soil so starved of nutrients. Do you happen to know where to find one? A single plump turnip goes a long way with these little sprites. Guess what? We happen to have one right here. That's perfect. Thank you so much. I need to fix some of my broken traps around here, but there should be some functioning ones a little deeper in the forest. Here. You're now holding Magdalen's empty lanterns. Put any sprites you find into those lanterns and bring them here when you've finished. I'll work on repairing these traps and baiting them with turnips. Alright, we're gonna search for her traps. You wander deeper into the forest, keeping an eye out for traps. Soon you find them, each with a sprite inside. Oh god, wait. This is so... I'm so torn. I want to release them, but... Because, like, we only just met these people. What if they're lying? They both could be lying, you know? But we've already committed to helping Magdalen, so I guess I'll put the sprites into lanterns. You coax the sprites into Magdalen's lanterns. They seem happy to be free of the traps. Okay, let's return to Magdalen. You're back. How did it go? You give Magdalen the sprite-filled lanterns. Now I'll have more lanterns for passing travelers, and more sprites will be able to go on adventures. The forest has been so dark and dangerous lately that it can't be pleasant to live here. It was very honorable of you to help me. Oh, we gained +1 honor. Alright. There are 4 virtues people seem to look up to around here: tenacity, honor, charm, and comprehension. You seem like an especially charming person, but you can prove any of your virtues by helping others. Everyone has an affinity for a particular virtue, so different virtues will increase depending on who you help. Sometimes people won't even talk to you until you have enough of their favored virtue. But it's usually easy to find someone who needs help. Look for a repeatable quest if you'd like to build a particular virtue. I think Trout always wants help cleaning up around here, even though he never lets me help him. Alright, let's ask her about the witches. I suppose you must have seen them, if you've made it this far. They can be rather intimidating. Though, there are a lot of stories in these parts about witches and riddles. I've heard that if you ask for a riddle, they're oath-bound to give you one. You might need supplies if you're going to stick around in the forest. If you do, just come find me. You've unlocked Magdalen's Chance Machine Shop. Alright. And we've unlocked Erin's Daily Errands, Erin's Remorse, Magdalen's Daily Errands, and Magdalen's Marketing. Alright. Well, that was certainly interesting. I am not really sure yet how this is going to affect me in the long term, but I'm very curious. Ooh, alright. Magdalen's Chance Shop seems really nice. I like the teal robes. Okay. Very good. All right, it looks like the next place that we will pick up on our main quest is with Barclay in the Fairy Tale Meadow. So I will see you next time, and we will continue our main quest. Have a good one. Bye-bye.